What's up, everybody? My name is Andrew. I'm a chef here on the We All Be Cooking Network, and today I have a very special recipe for y'all that is dear to my heart. We are going to be cooking some hot honey shrimp with some roasted potatoes on the side. I cook this meal maybe every other day, every day, depending on how the week get. It's nice and simple, takes 20-30 minutes in total. Great nutrition, you get a good amount of protein, low calories. It's a nice and simple meal, so let's get it started. All right, so like I said, you all, this is a nice and simple recipe. It doesn't take too many steps, but it's very nutritious. You get a lot of bang for your buck. So you want to start off by boiling a pot of water. My water isn't done boiling yet, but you just want to start it off. It's gonna take like 5 to 10 minutes to boil. While that water is boiling, we're gonna grab our potatoes. I prefer to use these baby potatoes right here. You can use the bigger potatoes, but it's just more work to cut them. With these, we're gonna cut them right inside of this bowl. With the bigger potatoes, you have to cut them up on the cutting board. So get these little baby potatoes, open them up, you know what I'm saying? Now we gonna grab a couple. Now, like I said, these are baby potatoes, so it doesn't take too much to cut them up. You just wanna grab them. Don't cut yourself. I be cutting myself a lot, I'm not gonna lie. And just cut them up halves, or you can do quarters. I do both sometimes. And like I said, they the baby potatoes. It's nice and easy. This is an easy recipe. It doesn't take too long. So the reason I really love to use potatoes in a recipe like this as opposed to rice is because potatoes are known to be more filling. They have better micronutrients as opposed to rice. They have way more potassium, way more vitamin C, way more vitamin A, B. So potatoes are just a better carbohydrate and they're easier to cook. You don't really have to wash your potatoes as much as you wash your rice. The potatoes don't take as long to boil as your rice does. So always go with potatoes, especially sweet potatoes. These just the regular potatoes, but if you got sweet potatoes, get the sweet potatoes. They like ultimate. But yeah, potatoes over rice always. All right, so before putting your potatoes in your boiling water, you want to make sure you rinse them off before and then simply place them in your boiling water after. All right, now that should only take 5 to 10 minutes at the most. You don't want them too soft. Well, it really depends on how you like. I don't really like them to get too soft. I like them to still have a little firmness to them. It should take like 5 to 7 minutes, but if you want them on the softer end, you can boil them for up to 10 minutes. We're gonna let our potatoes finish boiling, and while those are getting done, we're gonna grab our shrimp. Now my shrimp is already devined, detailed, de-skinned, but if you bought shrimp with all that stuff on it, then you have to take it off, unfortunately. But my shrimp already has the stuff off of it. So you're gonna grab your shrimp, put it in a bowl, wash it off, and then from there, we're just gonna season it, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I like using shrimp, again, this is a nice, nutritional, low calorie, high protein dense food that I feel like is pretty cheap and it's quick to cook. I don't think shrimp has any fat, bro, when I really think about it. Like shrimp has like no fat or like 1 gram of fat per serving, bro. Like that's how good it has, like all protein, like 23 grams of protein per serving, bro, for like 9 shrimp. So shrimp are very good for you. So boom, we just gonna season it up, bro. Now, like I said, this is a hot honey sauce, bro. So you're not gonna go OC with the seasoning. You want the sauce to stand out, but we gonna season it, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna start off with some garlic powder on the shrimp. Now we putting a good amount of seasoning on here in total, so you don't gotta go crazy. Next seasoning, we go onion powder. Now next, we about to use this all-purpose veggie and meat rub. I really like this seasoning. Like, I don't know, I feel like it has a different type of flavor. Like, I don't know, it's like a little smoky type seasoning. Next seasoning we're gonna use is this Sazón complete seasoning. I'm not even gonna lie, they say this seasoning is like everything. I'm not really sure like what it does, but I really just throw it at every meal that I cook now. They say it has like everything in it. I think it's like some type of onion-based seasoning, but we just gonna throw a little bit of that in there too. That's looking good already, I'm not even gonna lie. And then the last seasoning we about to use, this is special seasoning, bro, I'm not gonna lie. This is the special seasoning that bring all the flavor out. We gonna throw this Caribbean Rhythm Jerk seasoning on here, bro. You have to have this seasoning. If you don't have this seasoning in your cabinet, don't consider yourself a real chef. I'm not gonna lie, this is the best seasoning. You gotta throw this on everything. And this is the season that you go crazy on too, because it's like that sweet, spicy, like, this joint crazy. So boom, I know that like a lot of seasoning, but now you just mix it, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, you don't gotta get your hands dirty. You can use a bowl. I'm gonna just mix it up with my hands though. See, like I said, it's not a lot of seasoning. Look how it mixed up. See, the other side of the shrimp was naked. We have a good amount of shrimp here. I use like, I don't know how many ounces, like 2 to 3 servings though. So yeah, just ensure your shrimp is nice and coated with all the seasoning, nice and even. I mean, this is a good amount of seasoning I put on here already. If your shrimp is like lighter than this, you probably want to add a little more seasoning, but this is a good amount of seasoning. It's gonna be nice and flavorful, and like I said, we are adding a sauce on top. So yeah, while your potatoes are boiling, just check them with your knife or fork. See how soft they're getting. My potatoes still probably have another 5 to 7 minutes left on them. So just make sure that they're getting boiled. So the next step is to simply grab your shrimp and grab a heated skillet. Now I'm gonna use butter for this recipe. If you don't wanna use butter, you know what I'm saying, you wanna cut, you want your weight loss type stuff, you could use some non-stick, you know what I'm saying, canola spray, 0 calorie, but I'ma just use butter. Just make sure the shrimp doesn't stick to the pan. Just get a tablespoon or 2, and just place it in your pan. Look at that butter. So after your butter is nice and melted in the pan, you simply want to grab your shrimp and place it in the pan. Like I said, this recipe is not too hard. It's not crazy at all. You can meal prep this, get you 2 to 3 meals for a couple days. This is not tough at all. All right, so boom, place your shrimp in the pan. Now we're just gonna ensure that our shrimp is nice and spread out so it can cook evenly. Get a nice sear on both sides. My skillet a little small, but the shrimp gonna get smaller as it cooks down. They say you're never supposed to overcrowd your skillet. My bad, y'all. That's what they say. That's a big no-no. So I'm already committing to cooking sin, but it's cool. It's still gonna come out good. While our shrimp is cooking, our potatoes have finished up. So with these, you just wanna grab a strainer or whatever type of device you use to strain water out your pots and just empty all this excess water out your potatoes. And we're actually gonna leave the potatoes in the pot. We don't need to transfer them to anything. We are going to let those sit while our shrimp is cooking. Just getting that nice golden brown color that we want now. All right, so once the shrimp is done, you just want to transfer it into the bowl. So shrimp and potatoes now. Like I said, that's a nice quick recipe. We got one more step. All right, so the last step in this recipe, we're just gonna create our hot honey sauce. So this is a very simple sauce. Get a little bit of butter, throw it in your pot that you cooked your shrimp in. My pot already hot, I see my pot already gone. So while it's going, you wanna throw your honey and then your hot sauce in the same pot. You wanna make sure it's hot too. It's good that it's heating up like this, sizzling. You do want it to sizzle, you know what I'm saying? So put a little bit of honey in there. Depending on how sweet you want it, you're gonna add more honey. Depending on how spicy you want it, you're gonna add a little more hot sauce. We're using this buffalo wing sauce right here. This Frank's Red Hot. We're gonna throw a good amount of hot sauce in there. I'm not gonna lie, I like my stuff spicy. But the honey gonna even it out. Make sure it's turned up. You want your butter to melt in there, and you want everything to mix together. You want it to be like sizzling. Make sure it's nice and thorough. Get all on the edges. So boom, now it's at this point. It's almost there, I'm not gonna lie. And once you mixed it up, you just want to turn your heat down. I'm gonna put it on this burner right here so it can be completely off. But you just want to let it cool off and let the sauce come together now. Now it's gonna get a little thicker as a result of that process. You hear that, mud? It's making a little noise. It got that wet macaroni sound right now. So the last step with the shrimp is to place it back inside this hot honey sauce we created. You see, it's a lot thicker now. You see the consistency now as opposed to before because we let it cool off. The more you let it cool, the thicker it's gonna get, right? So just put your shrimp back inside the hot honey sauce. You can always make more sauce if necessary. If you like your food a little extra saucy, you can make it a little extra saucy. I think I made the perfect amount. So your shrimp should be nice and glazed at this point. Because of the routine steps we did, the preparation is gonna stick to the shrimp. The sauce is gonna stick to the shrimp. And that's how it should come out. Y'all remember the potatoes we made? We're gonna transfer these potatoes back into the skillet. Look at that hot honey sauce just in there sitting ready to be used. Put your potatoes that you boiled earlier back inside your skillet. You do want to turn your skillet on a little bit because your potatoes may be a little cool at this point. They haven't simmed, but just throw them back in there, man. Man, my skillet's small, y'all. Throw that back in there, throw a little bit of butter. Potatoes looking nice and shiny now. So boom, we just threw the potatoes back inside that skillet just to heat them back up, get them a nice little roast on the outside, get them a nice little crisp, and they're gonna have that hot honey glaze on top of them too, so they're gonna be nice and flavorful too. We don't put no sauce to waste. Look at that. Like I said, this is nutritional, right? So this gonna fill you up and then you're gonna have leftovers. So there's really like some meal prep stuff too, like the potatoes fill you up.